What's going on, football fans, and welcome back to a no longer undefeated episode of Breaking the Birds as Eagles fall to Washington, of all teams. So here to begin with, we're going to go down the defense of what actually happened against the Eagles defense. Why were the Washington Commanders offense of every offense they faced were able to wind them down and really choke them out throughout the entire first half. And we're going to start out by looking at Eagles defense against the passing offense of Washington. Then next video, we're going to go rushing offense and what happened there. In the game, they continuously converted all of their rushes into first downs. Their yards per carry were low, but they were also in a lot of short yardage situations where they needed to convert those. And they did. So that's why they had a low yards per carry, but they did convert those into first downs. So the passing pretty much set this up. And we're going to take a look at what happened because the Eagles could not defend anything in the passing game. Terry McLaurin smothered everyone that they put in front of him. Let's take a look at it. So the first thing we're going to take a look at here is how the Eagles were unable to defend Terry McLaurin. And it was all throughout the game. The first here, we got tight doubles. And Terry McLaurin here is the bottom. We're going to have zone coverage from the underneath defenders, two deep safeties, and to the top here, James Bradbury is playing his outside guy man. Darius Slay does not look like a guy who is playing man on Terry McLaurin. And if he is, it's a weird position for him to start playing it here. 8 yards off, outside shaded, very outside shaded. Because anything inside here, he's fucked. Because he's already in a bad position. And if he has safety help over the top, then what are we doing? So here, James Bradbury playing man. Because if we're not playing man, these guys has to get their eyes out and relate to Terry McLaurin coming across. But Darius Slay even travels with him as he's coming there. So you got to assume that he is playing him man. But why, if we're playing man with our cornerbacks here, do we want to have them this far off? That makes no sense whatsoever. So next one here, this isn't Terry McLaurin. But once again here, butchered coverage responsibility. So here we're playing cover 3. We're in the red zone, so not really that much to defend. And they're going to run a levels concept to the top right here. We're going to have a guy deep, corner, in the end zone, one guy going out, and one guy crossing right here. We're at 2nd and 10 in the red zone. Josiah Scott right here, he's just he's playing flat. And it makes sense that he has a guy traveling across the middle, coming into the flat, but it's 2nd and 10. And if you're going to throw that flat ball, then you're going to go up there and you make the tackle, you give up a few yards. What you can't do is leave your deep coverage guy in an island. Because he basically just gives one little shove to one, then he's flat. He stalls. Like, he needs to get depth right here to help Darius Slay. Because otherwise, you're going to be in this position where you have Terry McLaurin at the end zone, at the corner right there, with good position on the inside safety. You have the intermediate option there in between the flat and the deep zone. And that space is too damn big because you want your flat defender to drop in here so he has to lob it over him, giving Darius Slay time to get over there before the catch or even make the play. And if he does throw it to the tight end coming across, you get up there and you make the tackle. Easy. You can't defend backward like that. You have to get back and assist Darius Slay. Keep things in front of you and not have everybody run behind you because you're leaving Darius Slay on an island then where he has no chance to do anything right. Another way to not put yourself in a position to succeed in terms of defending Terry McLaurin is by playing 10 guys on the field. This is NFL football. Yep. And we're needing a defensive lineman here. We're supposed to be in 5-1. And what happens when you don't have enough D linemen? The offensive line has nobody to block, and they can go straight out there and block people. This is a terrific tackle made by Chauncey Gardner-Johnson to inhibit them from getting the first down. But you need a guy right here. And that guy right there, it would be right there with the plays made. Cover one man. Darius Slay going to be up here at the top, 7 yards off against Terry McLaurin. Who's coming in on a quick sit cross. And good break by Darius Slay. But he stalls, like he kind of waits. So you can see him break immediately, but by no means is he running full speed as he's trying to get up there. I mean, Terry just makes the catch. So here, it looks like we're playing man. The indicators for it, we have TJ Edwards who's relying solely to the tight end. Briggness is coming in. Kaiser White shooting out with the running back to that side. And it's Josiah Scott right here is flipping his hips very synchronously to the number one, to the wide receiver number 1 right there to the bottom of the screen. Even if we were playing zone, we only have one receiver to the top here. So usually what you do is you banjo this, meaning that you lock the cornerback to that side to play man, because you don't really have anything threatening you to the top up here. So even if he was to play a flat or a deep, that guy is your primary concern. So you play man on him, and you have the linebacker play out the backfield. So that is also an opportunity here. Also an option right here. And then you have safety help both the top, so you can press this. No reason to play 7 yards off. But it simply doesn't look like Darius Slay know what he has to do here. He just let Terry McLaurin bypass him as he's coming in. The safety's deep, so he's nowhere close to it. Everyone else is looking like they're playing man. So that whole middle is wide open, and it's as easy as it gets there for Terry McLaurin. Super frustrating third down conversion here because nobody did anything. Another third down here, where it looks like we're playing cover 3, I just don't know. I don't know what we're doing here. One, we have a Darius Slay to the top here. He's manning against Terry McLaurin. That's what we talked about. When we were playing zone, you usually man up to the one receiver side. So he's playing man. Does a fine job. To the bottom here, you have trips. And if we are playing this cover 3 zone, we're going to have the flat and the 2 hook to curls here. The flat will be relating outside. The 1 hook to curl to the play side will be relating to number 2. And the backside hook to curl will be relating to number 3. None of these guys are doing anything. They're not reading any of the routes. They're not relating to any one of the receivers. This is as soft zone as it gets here. They basically have a landmark in their head right here. Oh, I need to go over to this place and everything's fine. And then right underneath that, you have number 10 here coming open. If you were to relate to these things, even if you're playing zone, you match it. You match what's coming in. The flat defender right here, he's getting depth. He's got the receiver or the running back who's coming out here. The number 2, like here, TJ Edwards, get depth with number 10. Kaiser, get depth with number 3. Ridiculous. All right, so now we got cover 1 man. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson light him in the slot here against Terry McLaurin, and he gets absolutely smothered. Don't really know why, because it's not like Terry does any major fakes or sets up at the top of his route. He just kind of goes outside, and Chauncey overshoots inside. Lined up and off, not getting any contact off at the line. And so it's just easy pitch and catch there for Terry. And once again, guess who? Terry McLaurin. You're against man coverage. Cover 1 man for the Eagles. Once again, here we're lined up and off. And I actually believe this is a second down and 10, I believe. So right here, against Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Just gets the inside release. Yeah, it's second down and long, and picks up 9 here. Makes it another short third down, which they obviously just run for another first. Yeah, nothing too much doing. All right, this time against Terry McLaurin against Darius Slay. To the top right here, just a go route. Smooth release off the line. Has the separation, just keeps separating down the field. Terrific catch. He's just a good player, man.